saying yes as a freelancer is very good, but saying yes as a business owner is not. Very different things.
Yo, people in the
Hey,
house,
yo.
welcome to the club.
The club known as
the Tropical Urge Club.
That's Right.
And we here, me, Shaniqua, Shanasty.
And me, Jon.
We're here to drop the real deal with you with our next dope guest.
Yeah, pop.
Alright, so our next guest is an incredible performer. She runs her own space. She's the artistic director of Gajah Theatre. She is a lecturer at LaSalle, and she's the very responsible owner of 3 amazing cats, Zippy, Maxie, and my love, I want to say Fernando. And we're so excited to have her on the show today. It's the one and
the
only Sharda Harrison!
Hey yo, what's up, my doggies?
Yeah!
Hey!
Welcome to the club!
Okay, I'm gonna just put one plant here for Deco.
Oh, dang.
Oh dang! So we're gonna do this whole interview like this?
Maybe let's not do that.
Okay.
Alright, let's snap out of it and
Okay.
get
Commencing
into
normalcy in 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends.
All right, hello there.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course, more than
Thanks for
happy
coming,
to.
Sharda.
I really feel like I'm in paradise. Like I'm on holiday. This is Nirvana.
Yeah, we'll put some like floating sunshines and like the
A seagull
sea
right
breeze.
I know.
here.
I see the seagulls. I feel it. You know.
Right on set, Seagull.
I
We're
think
recording
therefore
audio.
I am very nice.
Okay.
Good.
So we're so happy to have a conversation with you about your work in the arts, and hopefully all you young people out there can be inspired or encouraged
I
or
hope so.
influenced to come and join the arts or even learn from your experiences. So you run many things. You have many things on your plate. Can you just tell us what a week in your life looks like?
Right. Well, I run a company. So under that company, there are classes that we run. I also run laboratories. So a week would be like just admin work with the laboratories, see how everybody's doing, everybody's okay, managing schedules, which is the part I don't like. So I do have like 2 interns that kind of help me with that. On top of that, the classes. So I teach under Pink Gajah every Wednesday night and Sunday morning. I'm also doing my master's, so there's always this like pressure of assignments that going on. But I enjoy it because I enjoy research and I enjoy all of that. And I'm doing less theatre work this year. But you know, on the off chance that there's a rehearsal, then sometimes you know that I'm rehearsing. I'm also doing some hosting work now. I won't reveal what the channel is, but I am doing some hosting work, which is more like hosting and sort of journalism in that sense, which is has been very interesting. And I'm taking a residency of theatre works to develop a new work called Rude Girl. So sometimes I do meet up with the Rude Girls to have a bit of a chat about where we're at. So that's a week. And I have a boyfriend.
Wow.
Shout out to your boyfriend.
Shout out to my boyfriend. So I wouldn't advise people to not take a day off. I think what I learned was that I never took days off. And I'm slowly coming out of that. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of doing less theatre now. Because I used to do 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. rehearsals.
Whoa.
So 2 rehearsals and then run off and do a show at night and then, you know, take on another rehearsal. And I went through a breakdown. Yeah, full burnout and exhaustion. And I would never recommend anybody to do that. I think keeping at least 1 day a week where you're not doing anything is important. So I'm learning how to do that now.
So what does an off day look like for Sharda?
Nothing. Netflix and chill. My off days used to be like I would go for content improv, jam. So I would like, you know, do something artistic. But now it's more like I just want to walk to the beach. You know, I used to skateboard a lot. My skateboard was broken by my brother. Angry Sean. But yeah, I don't do anything. I just want to switch off. Yeah. I like switching off.
And what day of the week is usually an off day for you?
No specific day. I mean, when we're doing a show, then specifically it's Monday. Those are our dark days. But I haven't done a show in quite a while now, 6 months. So it could be a Sunday, it could be a Wednesday. It really depends. Like tomorrow, I'm off, for instance. I'm not really off because I got master's assignments, but I don't have work tomorrow.
Cool.
So I'm gonna go watch a talk. Actually, my dad's giving a talk on mortality. How fun!
Not morbid at all.
Not morbid at all. Yeah.
Embrace it. Now, you run Gajah Theatre, and that's a family business that operates from your home. So was it like working with a family in the arts, especially with a brother who breaks your skateboard? Bro.
Bro, what was up with that, bro? Okay? I love working with my family as much as I love living with my family. You know, like in the West, there's this thing where you should move out by the time you're 18. I don't believe in that because I love my mom. I love coming home to her. I think my mother and my brother are like my sounding artistic board. So I come home, it doesn't matter what state they're in. I'm just like, hey, yo, what do you think of this idea? And you know, we kind of bounce off each other. I feel like it's almost chronic that I need them both in my life. It's almost manic, you know, because I'm like, can I actually make art without them? Can I make life decisions without them? It's really quite scary because the three of us are very artistically linked, you know. Some mother or parent-daughter relationships are like, okay, I can't deal with you. We can't live in the same room. Like, we need to get out of each other's lives. But in my case, it's very different. It's like they are actually part of my creative process. I know my brother won't like hearing that because I'm pretty sure he wants to move out. But but I love hanging out with them. Yeah, so running a company with them is I handle most of the administrative nitty-gritty. Both of them are kind of just really artistic. So I throw tasks at them and they can really execute it really well. But I'm the one that's kind of running the admin. I'm the one that's coming up with here's an idea, let's do it. And then it gets done. Yeah.
When you went into starting a company, so we all run our own business, right?
Yeah, what are your business? So creative
in spirit.
Okay.
And
it's called Rototuro, and I make videos.
Wow, that's so cool.
Self-plug right here.
And Creatives in Spirit right here.
And Gajah Theatre right here. And Chapter Inc. coming up right there.
So
call me, I'm not single. I'm kidding. How does that even make sense?
Call me, I'm single. No.
Don't call me. I have a boyfriend. Call her.
Okay, now it's
She's
just,
single. Now it's hard sell.
Yeah, no.
Moving away.
Alright, let's edit.
Are you single?
No, I'm not. But here's my email address if you have
Put a
juicy
plan
opportunities.
on it. He's not single. We're not talking. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Like some dating company. Like
Tropical Hearts Club.
Art and love are always together, guys. My drama teacher was always like, art is about violence and sex.
It's true.
It is kind of true, isn't it?
Like the biggest best art is come from like, you know, violence in terms of trauma or like
or
love.
sex. Yeah.
Yeah, or sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Watch Glow, guys. It's all about violence and sex.
But so, as an entrepreneur yourself, when you first decided to go into this, what were the feelings like? Because we all know how scary it is to run your own business.
Yeah. I actually didn't. I follow the flow a lot in life, so I didn't think. I wanted to run a business because I wanted to go into schools to run workshops. It was never meant to be a theatre company. But once I set it up, I had an offer to do a play or a performance piece for the Lit Up Festival with Word Forward at Aliwa Art Centre in 2013. So I jumped on it. And then that led to the Fringe Festival and then the next Fringe and little things in between. So it all just kind of flowed, you know. It only really hit me when one of my theatre veterans said, hey, now you've got a company congratulations. And then it kind of hit me that, oh, I've actually subconsciously placed myself as a company owner as opposed to being a freelance actress, because it's very different. And I got a little bit scared because I still haven't gotten the hang of applying for grants, and there's a system, and I still feel very alienated from it, because a part of me is still a freelance actress that has my mentors and I love my mentors, and I still want to act for other people. I don't want to only be creating my own work, because I learned so much as an actress. And then there's the other side to me, that's the administrator, that's like, I need to achieve this, this, and this. I need to get this grant. I need to hit these targets. I need to get these amount of schools. And I need to go in there and run these workshops. So, of course, I was terrified because I kind of did it and then had to deal with the consequences. So here I am dealing with the consequences. But at the same time, I highly recommend it because I've learned so much from running my own company. I've created so many communities. I've met so many people. I've met Shanice. I've met all these wonderful people, and you, not leaving you out. But and I wouldn't have done that if I just worked for other people my whole life. But it's not easy, and it hits your self-esteem, and it hits the rice bowl. Yeah. And there's a lot of self-investment in terms of needing to be trained and grow, and there's a lot of financial investment. I have to put money down first before I see anything move. A lot of it is putting my money down first. So my advice is that plan before you set up a company. Really think about all your overheads, what you want. Business plans are very important. Yeah, and I think saying yes as a freelancer is very good. But saying yes as a business owner is not. Very different things. Yeah.
Wow.
We're learning.
Yes.
No, you guys are better than me. You guys have been doing so well in your companies. I feel like we're on the same level.
Yeah, we're on the same level.
We kind of been running companies about the same years. I was a freelance actress for a long time before I started the company. Yeah.
We're going to touch wood and hope it continues to go well. Wish us luck. Pink Gajah. Rototoro. Creatives in spirit. Oh no, I hit your head. I'm sorry. So between making the decision to go into the arts, progressing as a freelancer, and eventually setting up your company, were there any points where you felt like giving up and walking away?
Yes, there was a point as a freelancer in my company where I felt like walking away. I think it was just the disillusionment in the industry a little bit. I think it was the point where I was like, it was like when I was acting, you kind of are like a little girl. You're kind of going from company to company, and everybody's taking you in. And I was about 22 to 27 at that point. And people are grooming me, and I'm doing my best for each company. And then as I started to find my own voice and make my own work, I don't know, the little girl grows up, and I, wanted to do certain things that may not be in alignment with some of my mentors. So over the years, I've lost some of my closest mentors, and it's been really sad. And the more mentors you lose along the way, and there's that old saying, we have to kill your teacher anyway. I had to move on, and I didn't want to. So it's kind of almost like I felt like I just want to leave because I've lost all the people that are close to me, and I don't want to take the next step. So why don't I just give up and walk away? But I did take that next step. And the next step was difficult because I had the support, but it came from a group of friends that I didn't expect I'd get that support from. And they were people in the industry and my own, friends I've been with since a young girl. And when they reached out to kind of push me to the next level, which means being an entrepreneur, making my own work, without the outside eye of my mentors, it was really scary. It was really scary, but I did it, and I'm still kind of going. Yeah. So I think it's when I wanted to give up when it felt like betrayal, but it wasn't. It was just really the industry or my mentors kind of saying, go and do your own thing. You know, go and grow up. You know.
Is it normal for relationships to fracture in the arts when an artist chooses to step away from their place of belonging?
I don't think it fractures, but I think if you look at a lot of the artists, everybody had a mentor. Natalie Hennigan had, TNS. I think Zetian had TNS as well. A lot of people were trained by the Necessary Stage, including myself. Oliver Chong, not by Necessary, but everybody had a mentor.
Yeah.
And our mentors had mentors like Kopa Kun. One of my mentors, Elizabeth De Rosa, had William Teo. It just goes back and back and back. And I think it's not like the relationship fractures, but I think mentors know when it's time for you to grow. And they let you go. And it's a weird feeling because, there's no repertory there's no repertory theatre in Singapore, sorry. There's no repertory theatre in Singapore. Most of it is, except 9 years, most of it is, here's a new project, here's a new cast, and the cycle continues. There's no kind of like one cast that goes on and on and on and on. I've always wanted to be part of a cast. I've always wanted to be part of a company or to be in a show that was 2 years long. But that doesn't exist here. Yeah. So you're kind of on your own. You kind of have to keep branding or re-imaging yourself to be relevant. And that got tiring. So that was also part of the burnout when I wanted to walk away. You don't only want to walk away from theatre many times, at least in my case. I've been wanting to walk away many times because you get to certain stages in your life. So now I'm at that stage in my life where I'm just like, what's next? What else is there? Am I going to be acting for this certain demographic of people my whole life? Can I act? I want to act for other people now. I want to do work with caregivers, like we talked about, or I want to work with dementia patients. I want to actually stretch out the potential of art. But since this is a program especially for young people, at the start of your career, I think we have to always keep the wonderment alive, the childlikeness in life, and to say yes to many, many, many things, and to enjoy it. Yeah, because as we get older, as I am now, things change along the way. Yeah, and you start to think and reflect. But at the start of your career, just keep going, keep growing, keep falling. Yeah.
And given this industry of, like a lot of freelancers who don't stay in one project, we're always moving, we're always going project after project, not really, this seems to be this in the theatre industry, this kind of like one project after the next. Then why do you feel the need to, or how did you feel you could create a different space, especially with Pink Gajah? Because you do a lot of laboratories, you spend a lot of time on process and researching. For you, like, how did you envision being different from what the industry is currently doing?
Well, I never aimed to be different. I just kind of realized that so much of the work, as you said, was fast. And being in those really fast processes, like I was bubbled with the Necessary Stage, and that's why I needed them more than they needed me. I needed them because they do process-based theatre. So we're in a show, you get contracted for a show, and you're probably devising it for 1 year. But not being able to be in those long-term devising processes made everything feel so consumeristic, And I just needed, for myself, I needed a space where things were concentrated and flavorful, and it took time. It didn't matter where we were going to go to, as long as the artists were getting involved. I needed a space of respite almost, where I wasn't under the pressure of having to perform all the time. I don't mean like perform a show, but to be the best I can be all the time. And I think Singapore is very consumeristic. It is. It's very fast paced. We don't breathe enough. And why was that seeping to the arts, the one place that I considered really holy? And that's why I just said, well, I'll just carve the space out for myself. And that's when I started to invite people into the space. Like I said, like nothing that I do is really pre-planned. It's like, it comes from like a dream, or it comes from an impulse. And I just follow through and then choose to keep going with it, you know. Yeah, so that's why I decided I needed to carve the space out for people to breathe almost. Yeah. We're moving too fast in this country. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why? Why do you think?
It's who we are. It's in our blood.
Yeah, I guess,
Why?
right? Like, this is narrative that we are young and we need to, like, prove to everyone that we're a big, you know, a small little red dot that can do everything and anything. Maybe it's an inferiority complex. I don't know. Like
And the comparison between people like starts as a kid, right? Like, hey, why you get 85? Your friend get 87 better than you. And that never goes away. So parents, be kind to your kids.
Yeah, be kind to your kids. Also, it affects the art.
Yes.
Because then you get very like thin narratives because the product is more important than spending 6 days in quiet and waiting for an answer, you know, for the script to speak to you, or spending 6 days just doing one choreography over and over again. We don't have that time. So you have you have 3 weeks to do a show sometimes. I mean, really, I have performed shows where it was a 3-week rehearsal, which is ridiculous. Do something in 3 weeks is so odd to me. But it's the truth. And it's not just theatre, it's film as well. It's like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, yeah, so to answer that question, that's why I needed a
And I'm
space.
really glad that you have that space, because I think the people that you attract then are people who genuinely want to create and spend time on their art, and that is so powerful and that's so important.
Yeah. And at the same time, it's hard as well because, like, at the same time, it's a space for people to create. At the same time, not everybody sees that. You know what I mean? Like, we still get people who are like, the space is there, but then it's like life takes them away. And I'm like, oh, I accept that, because I think sitting down, as both of you know, committing to a piece of art takes time. Because and I salute anybody that does it. And I haven't been doing it in a while because I've been focusing on other things. But so now I'm kind of taking this weird, I'm an audience member a lot now. And I haven't been in years, right? Because I've just been doing back-to-back shows. And now I'm the one that gets to go watch the theatre. And I'm kind of going, I get it. Like, getting to this point was difficult. Not only in terms of putting the show up, but the funding, the ticketing, the publicity, the preview nights, the feedback, everything. I get it. I understand that it's really, really important. So making a piece of art is a commitment. And it's not easy. It's not easy to commit to such a long time to make anything. But I feel that's the role of the artist. And that's why we don't get paid very much for it, because we are hired to reflect and ponder, and in some sense not give an audience answers, but give an audience questions, which is hard. All philosophers find questions, they don't find answers in some sense. It's not an easy job, I think. Wish we could get paid more, it would make it better. But also, we got paid more, we would stop questioning.
Yeah.
Do
Isn't it?
do you think the suffering of poverty is part of the experience of the arts?
I really don't want it to be.
I hope not.
I love my champagne and, you know, a nice brunch. I really want it. So there's a part of me that's very, like the both of you, very entrepreneur. I'm very like, why shouldn't artists be poor? And I do not believe any of you should be poor. But at the same time, I think an artist could be on the same level of empathy. So really understanding what it means to be poor, understanding the mindset of many different types of people, from the wealthy and the affluent to the mean, to the politicians, to the poor. It's just we have to be these people that can communicate and understand in order to reflect these situations. But I think the myth of the struggling artist is not real. Yeah, and I think it's because we don't treat art as a valuable subject. It's actually so important. In the Singapore American school system, improvisation is a core subject. And improvisation is so important because you're not only, it's not just improvising a situation and acting it out. Like, improvisation comes with everything. Being a surgeon in a room, the act of improvising. If something doesn't work, of course, medical science is a different thing. But in a room where you're pitching, a $4 million proposal, I don't think we value that. I think in Singapore you value math and science a lot more than the arts. And I think suddenly we've kind of gone, oh, actually the creative industries are very important. Let's make everybody creative. It's a bit too late to do that. It's going to take another 10 years to make everybody creative again. So yeah, I think if we valued the arts more, we would value artists more and therefore pay them more. I hope so. Show me the money.
So all you people who fund the arts, little shout out to you out there.
And on the note of cash flow, actually I don't see how it relates, but we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about life as an artist with Sharda Harrison.
Did you not hear about the weather that was bad and he had to throw his crown in the ocean?
Yeah, I spoke to him about that, just basic science, dude.
Yeah, that was me.
What? Why would you?
I said, if you don't throw that stupid gold off your head, I'm gonna break up with you right now. Because this rain is ruining my hair.
So that was why?
Yeah, but then the history book said something magical. And the lion he saw, it was just like a tree shaped in the form of an animal.
That must have been a cool tree.
I mean, where are the lions now? I'm looking. There's nothing.
I'm looking. There's nothing. Where are the lions? Where are the lions? Were they lying about the lions on the island? Where did they go, man?
Hey.
Get it? Cause the lions got a main man. Samira is my main man. He threw his gold hat in the sea. And as you can see, it stopped raining because it was fucking up your hair.
Hey.
There.
Hey.
On her scalp.
Hey.
Swiss Alps. Pulp Fiction.
Hire
Coffee
us
Orange Maid.
for National Day.
Pants. I wear pants. Words. Nouns. Pants. Welcome back, and I finally got it. The cash flow, so the flow of the episode. That's a stretch, but welcome back, and we're here once again with Sharda Harrison.
And so we want to know, what do you do to improve your art?
I think this whole section should just, oh fuck. Let's say fuck. Shh. I think this whole episode should just be interpretive dance. Okay, we'll talk. I think I'm more comfortable with that. But I could mime and gesture at the same time. But what I do to improve my art is to always be in practice. And I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I do go through my days where I don't go to the gym, I don't do my martial arts, I don't do my practice. Kind of in one of those periods now. But to improve my practice or my art is to maintain the practice. So waking up in the mornings, doing my routine of the movement, joining viewpoint sessions, content improv sessions, just anywhere where there are people where I can practice my art with. Look, I was really lucky the past almost 10 years because I was just in, for some reason, God willing, I was in constant flow of work in theatre. So all I ever did was act and act and act and act and act and act. And it was a gift. And only now that I don't have that, hopefully just temporarily, it's weird because I'm not really practicing on stage. Now I have to find other ways to practice. And that's probably better for this episode because then, we can talk to young people about how do you practice when you're not in a show. And I think the first thing is to just accept that you're not in shows and it's okay. And I always tell people, find money, be a waiter, be a bartender, be a teacher. I love teaching, be an artist teacher. Don't worry if you're not on stage, but or practicing your art. But you can practice your art. The way I do it is I go for workshops. I am planning, I hope, yes, to go to India to visit a Kalari center where I can then practice my martial arts there. So those kinds of things, just being close to my training methodologies. Yeah, that's what I do.
So a question for maybe viewers who are not quite aware of how martial arts blends into acting. How does it work?
Well, I practice something called psychophysical theater. So the psychological actions with physical actions gets you to a psychophysical state. Basically, it's a state of awareness and connections to movements. It can be used in very naturalistic acting. So you can be psychophysically trained and still do naturalistic acting. Or it can be stylized theatre, like what Grotowski or Tadashi Suzuki were doing with their actors. So Kalari or any form of martial arts training is used to train the actor in that psychophysical way. So I'll train the body to take on all these physical, rigorous positions, and how do I transfer what I'm learning from that into the acting? So it may seem like the positions are very like strict and rigid, but actually it's based on yoga, so you find the flow within it. And that kind of psychophysical learning makes your acting, the person's acting, much more aware and sensorially awake and stronger once the person understands how to apply it and transfer it.
Are there any other schools of training that might not seem immediately obviously related to acting that maybe our viewers could look into, apart from martial arts, that they might start practicing with?
One of them is content improvisation, which is you do content improvisation? Yeah, it's a form of dance. So can I have it? Yeah, there we go. And it's body and weight exchange to find different shapes. And we can get your head in if you want, or your arms. Yeah, that's it. So it's just it's fluidity in the body, but it's still highly structured in the sense that the content improvisation dancer understands weight, understands transference, understands energy and synergy between each other. So there are still rules, but everything's improvised. And if you have a good facilitator, the facilitator can extract those lessons and put that into a normal acting class. Yeah. So how do you bring what you brought into content improv into this moment that we're having now, which may be naturalistic, for instance. Yeah.
Wow. Talking about learning, what do you think? So you work a lot with young artists and you teach in LaSalle, right? So shout out to your students.
Sometimes NAFA, sometimes the American school, just helping out in the American school really right now.
So all you young people out there, what do you think that, that they should be learning that they're not really learning in schools but are useful for if they choose to pursue a creative career?
So my dad always said, right, so he went to university, but he learned in Manchester, but he learned many of the lessons at the pub down the road from school. So
shout out to your dad.
I think I think the lessons that you learn in the creative arts, the more you learn about yourself. So your first love, your first heartbreak, the first time you rebelled against something, the first movement you stood up for. Those sort of moments in life are what you could do. You could tap on, experience them fully. I'm not saying go and rob a bank because you need life experience, but enjoy life, live it, live your life. I don't like to say. That's why I like your lesson on leisure, because in leisure, which comes from clowning,
Yes,
and
the art of play.
yeah, play, which came from Philip Gollier and the Cock.
Yes, Philip Gollier. Yeah,
Okay.
clown. Yeah, clown.
And so now I tell, because I learned it from Shanice, when you have leisure, you you have some rules, but some rules can be broken. But it's good to stick to the rules because they kind of get you somewhere. But you can also break the rules. And I think by breaking some rules, so not always playing by the book, because I feel like we're so perfectionistic in life. We just want everything to be correct. But in art, it's not. Like, actually, people that make art and try to, like, play by the rules are actually really boring, because you're going to make these weird choices in class. So, David Glass always says this, like, why be appropriate on stage? Who wants to watch a story about a woman that marries the perfect guy and has the perfect kids with the picket white fence and lives happily ever after? And how are you supposed to play the horrible roles if you need to have that life experience? And I don't mean like, again, go and rob a bank. All I'm saying is live a little, enjoy your life. Even if it's playing by the books, just live a little. Question everything. Question. Is that really dicey? It's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Saying this to young people. Live a little.
We're going to print so many t-shirts.
Yeah, the merch is coming out soon.
Question everything. Live
Question everything. Live a little. Come on. Have a coffee break. But I mean, all those moments in my life where I question everything, I found some answers. It's when I just accepted the answers as they were that I found nothing. I question my teachers all the time. All the time. And I encourage my students to question me all the time. I'm like, you know what? Whatever I'm telling you, you can choose to believe it. I learned it off some awesome people, but I questioned them. So if you want to get angry at me, get angry at me. But I think the main thing is, can you get angry at me and can we still have a conversation about this later? And I have had students get angry at me. And I appreciate it. And I've got angry at my teachers. And we're like really good friends today.
Wow. So live a little.
That's right. And to the students who are watching this, question the master.
Question.
It's very Star Wars. I like this.
I thought the master.
And so talking about questions and growing and as an artist, then do you think awards matter for artists?
Oh, such a hard question.
I know, that's why I asked it.
That's why I asked it. Okay.
Before we proceed, we'd like to present you with this award here.
Oh my
Of the Tropical Arts
Yes.
Club.
Wow.
We'd like to award you with the best Sharda of season 1.
Yay! Lucky there's only one Sharda on season 1. Next. I'm so thankful to receive this award. Fuck the other Sharda. Who the fuck is she? What was it say? Oh, awards, right. Okay, I'll talk about with my award. I think that it's a hard question. It's a difficult question. One of my mentors, Natalie Hennedigay. Yo, what's up, Natalie? She always said, she always says to me, okay, it's a marathon. That's what she says. She says, one of our younger actors won an award. Is that my little brother? Lian Sa'anine. Lian, Silat Master. He talks like that, innit? Right? He does it. I'll teach you a bit of Silat. I'm like, yes, Lian. He's amazing, though. So Lian says that, so Lian won, like, Best Supporting Actor. I wanted to kill him the day he won it. I was up for, like, Best Supporting Actress. and my best friend Gafir was up for Best Supporting Actor, and Leon was not there at the Live Theatre Awards. He was off in the Philippines enjoying cocktails on the beach, and he won. Fuck you, Leon.
But
Anyway,
also, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, whatever. You don't need the congratulations. Just kidding. No, we love you. I love you so much. So he won, and he deserved it. Absolutely love it. He was so good in Electra. That's what he won for. But anyway, so my mentor and my director Nelly Hannidigay, she was like, he won, and she's really proud of him because it was for her show. But she said it's a marathon, you know. So on one hand, I love awards because awards are recognition and they keep the industry growing because it keeps it fresh. It's like pop in. People have something not to work towards, but it's like, oh wow, I can win awards. And the Live Theatre Awards allows a wider audience to kind of, oh hey, this person's acting, this person won an award, didn't realize that. But on the other hand, I feel like awards are a little bit I don't know. It like Natalie said, it's a marathon. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a little, okay, you won this, but the lifespan on an actor is so long. Like I'm not even there. I might die and I'd never reach it. So you're always growing. You're like an anthropologist, archaeologist. You're digging. You're learning. You're learning about yourself as we are learning about the social landscape of people. And I think the awards are like maybe the pit stops, but they're not the here and end all. Also, I find it very weird that 3 people give the awards out.
3 people?
3 or 4 judges give awards.
Every year?
Every year, yeah.
Oh.
Different judges every year. But the concept of that across the globe, that, you know, even with the Oscars, that there are a group of people that are judging, I find it very weird. Because I love the public to be judging. Because they are the ones that have the majority vote. But then again, then we're going to politics.
Our next question for Sharda. What do you hope is going to become of the industry? Do you want it to change for the masses, or how do you see it improving so that young artists could have a better time and maybe avoid the trope of the starving artist?
Wow. Someone said a really great quote the other day, and I can't remember who for the life of me, but stick to your dreams and they'll take you somewhere, but if you're still dreaming after 10 years, like, forget it. So I think the starving artists are those people that, like, you need talent and hard work to be in the industry. I mean, firstly, you got to be good. And I think a lot of young people are like, I don't get work. I'm like, yeah, because you're not very good, buddy. You just need to get better. Do you know what I mean, right? It's like you're complaining, but it's a performance-driven industry. It's performance, so get better. And then the ones that are actually, that have worked their asses off, that are training and actually are good, get the work. So in that sense, I always used to say, oh, it's not fair, young people don't get work, blah, blah, blah. But actually, it's just the way it is, right? And then the older ones get, you know, okay, it's time to go, the younger ones need to come in. And that's just the way it has to be. But I think to avoid being a starving artist, I think it's like not to have tunnel vision. So like the both of you entrepreneurs in that sense. So it's like, what else? It's a 4th industrial revolution. AI is going to take over us very soon. Very soon you're not going to be able to be waiters because AI is going to be serving you coffee. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to think big, right? So it's like, how can I take theater and reach out to, like, I don't know, it's already been done in the corporate industry, but how can I take theater and really radicalize it? Big words like paradigm shifts. How can I take something, turn it over its head, sell it in a different way, use it in a different way? I think it's this kind of case of like, I want to be actor. I'm waiting for my audition. I'm waiting for roles. Well, then I say, well, go and be a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. Well, fish off then. Like, don't don't ask me anything. You don't want to make money. You just want to sit there and be an actor, and you're not getting in auditions. Then it's your fault. Do you know? So anyway, that's my advice for young people. Myself, I'm also very young. Is branch yourself out. Go and do things. Be a social worker. Be an actor, director, scriptwriter. Go and intern. Go and do many, 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 many things. Because I was doing all those things as well. I wasn't just always acting. I was doing many things. I'm the world's shittiest stage manager. I'm pretty terrible at that. I've done that before. Pretty terrible. But do I want the scene to improve? Yeah, I do. I do. I won't be. I know the politically correct answer is to be like, no, the scene is fine as it is. It's wonderful. And it is. It is wonderful. The scene is wonderful. I think Singapore, my boyfriend, like, you know, today was like, I have to write a song about Singapore, but I don't like anything about it. And I said, yeah, me too. Many days I don't like anything about Singapore, but you know what? Singapore is one of those really rare places in the world where half Indian, half Chinese, Eurasian girl can sit at the table and be cool. You know, it's a really, even though there is a little bit of racism, it's colorblind almost. It's not, the word is not tolerance. The word is acceptance and empathy. And I think I can't live without my coffee shop uncles. I can't live without this cross language of kopi o kosong, and it's a beautiful island and city, and whatever we're doing to make art here is gorgeous and might not exist anywhere else in the world. I don't know. I think it's a special place. And then my boyfriend went, yeah, it is. And I went, but it was like more like a discovery for me than him, because I was like, it just came out of my mouth. It's like, I really like Singapore. I really like this country, you know, like,
This is home, truly, where I know I must be.
CGI flag.
where we need some singing, where the river always flows. This is home, surely, where my senses tell me this is where I won't be alone. Okay, this is where I know it's home. So
We should break out into a national
we did, but
Patriots.
All
it
right.
was pretty horrible.
Hire us for
But it made me
interview.
feel like a true Singaporean. So would I improve anything about singing? Backtrack, yes, I would, because I think there's not enough of a fringe scene, and I truly feel this, and I think not enough money is being pumped into that. And I know we talk about money, and I know NAC and I will have this discussion about it. NAC is not their responsibility to fund us 100%. But I do feel, especially with young people are making some amazing works out there. One of them is like Patch and Pane, and you're making a piece about, clowning and dementia.
July, please come.
There's a lot of good work out there by young people, and they're not getting enough funding because they're young.
Yeah.
So you get $2,000 here, $1,000 there, which is fine, whatever. But the truth is, there's a lot of good work being made, and it needs that support. Yeah, and I just wish there was an avenue for young people and sponsors. And even me, I'm still trying to figure out this world, because making art is not easy. I know this fringe theater, there's a fringe festival in Singapore, but the access to spaces is expensive. Not everybody's willing to let their office go for 3 days to create an underground show. Like even in London, there's a Waltz festival that happens underneath the bridge, and in every different town there's a theater. We don't have that here. And my wish is that we'll be brave enough to start making more underground theater that hopefully gets seen some point. Yeah. It's way too commercial. Way, for me, even the companies that are not commercial, that are community based, it's still niche. Yeah, like But there are some amazing companies, like, don't get me wrong, don't take this the wrong way. There are companies going out there to the heartlands, like Drama Box is doing some great things. But yeah, the experimental, the underground, all that, I don't feel it. So if there's one way I would really hope that the young up and coming artists, and they are out there, they are next leaders, man. Yeah, and they are mixing ideas and things in a really radical way, and I hope that they get the support, because we need that. Yeah, like at certain point, people need to bow down or bow out and nurture the young, because they're gonna, and then at some point the young become older, and then they have kids, and then they get married, and then they okay, then bow down, and you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
gotta be like that. You can't hang on too tightly. You just gotta like let go or nurture them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But how do you nurture young people without pushing your own agenda on them? Do you know what I mean? That's my next issue. Is like, not with the industry, no one's doing this, but like, how do you set up training wings for young people without pushing your style on them or your aesthetic? How do you just kind of say, hey, you guys look like you can create art, I'll give you the skills, I'll provide that for you, but go and create. And I think the closest thing I ever saw to that might have been In a Decade by Cake Theatre, where they allowed them to create their own work, and Emergency Stairs, where they allowed their ensembles to devise their own work. And Young and Wild's Geylang was a really good example as well. So I think we need more of that. Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Mm.
And are there any like last tips
Mhm.
for the young artists out there? If there were 3 tips you could give, what would it be?
Like steroids for the arts.
3 tips. Hooey. I think read half an hour every day. Yeah, I don't do that enough. Read half an hour every day about something new. The second tip would be to dance. Dance, because it increases your psychomotor skills. So if you're stuck, just move your body in weird ways, and it gets things going. And the third tip is write.
Mm.
Write. You want to write an application? Go for it. You want to write a new play? Go for it. You want to write your audition piece? Go for it. Write something. The dangerous thing is not to do anything and just sit and be like, "Ugh." So read, so you get knowledge. Dance, so you move your body. And write, because you're taking action. That came out of my ass, but it was pretty alright, eh?
Mm.
Yeah, I love it.
You heard it here first. Step aside, eat, pray, love. We got a new 3-verb
Eat, pray, love.
combination for the future.
Read, dance, write.
And now for our final segment, Sharda.
Are you going to give me an award yet?
Oh,
I'm still waiting.
for the best 3-verb advice.
For read, dance, and write, we have the one and only
Wait, we have the opening envelope.
Sharda
Harrison!
Oh my God! Except I'm not here. I'm in the Philippines. That's for you, Lian.
Oh, that
thank
was-
you, thank you. I love it. Yeah, on behalf of Lian Sutton. I won't. I'll receive my award. Yeah, so you can help the editing. Okay, you can
Put
give
the
it to
award
me.
Oh,
back
we
then. Oh.
give it to.
Just so you have 2 options for editing.
Oh, okay. For
Oh, I
two
think we're fine.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
use this entire bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
Double shout out to Liam Sutton.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
please, yeah.
or
Congratulations, Lian.
Yeah. All right.
Love you.
Love you.
all
too.
right. And for our final segment,
Oh, my
we
favorite.
would like to give you 30 seconds to pitch something that's coming up, or something that you want our audience to see, or some work that you do. And as is tradition, after you've told us what you'd like to share, we will reinterpret it
Righto.
in a musical form of your choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the clock starts
Now.
Well, we have the Underground. It happens every 2 months at Gajah Theatre. It's a platform for artists and non-artists to put up live performance work. It's by invitation only, so you have an audience, and please come and support our young and old people and interesting people perform new pieces of work. Okay, if you could be an audience member, that would be great. I guess 30 seconds.
And where could the audience find and link to Underground on
At
that?
our Rumah Gajah, which means our house at 393 Juchet Place. The next one should be happening in June, maybe? But it happens every 2 months. It happens every 2 months. So
And they find you at the Facebook.
you find me on Facebook at pinkgajahtheatre.com. My God, I'm not really good at pitching, am I? pinkgajahtheatre.com is our website. Pink Gajah Theatre is our Facebook page. Or you could call me, but I'm not single.
That I am.
But she is. But
Um,
she
By
is.
invitation only. Okay.
Phone number right here.
No.
I'm
Okay.
the love machine.
Aw.
I love making people. You single?
No, I'm happily attached. Shout out to my girlfriend. Love you.
Shout out to your girl. I was gonna cook you both up.
Oh no, we're like brother and sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's incest.
I've been in love with my brother before, not my real brother, but my
Oh.
like best friend brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll save that for the Tropical Hearts Club
Oh, do you have that?
coming
We've been toying with
Valentine's
the
Day.
idea.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to be on it.
Okay, well,
Ah.
I'll talk about
Self-invitation.
love lives and how do we find the right person.
Oh yeah.
Horror stories from
Yeah.
dates. It'll be
Mhm.
great.
I met my boyfriend on Instagram.
Ooh.
Wow.
Welcome to the future. All right. So, Sharda, if you could pick a musical style, and we would.
Okay. I'm feeling like
Crystal ball.
you guys gonna have to do something that's gonna make me ting-a-ling-ling in my
Uh-oh.
vibes. You gotta
Uh-huh.
gangster rap,
Oh.
yo.
Oh,
take
okay.
that.
All right.
All you people out there,
Yeah.
drop it like it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I
What's-
grew up in Harlem, y'all.
Okay.
No,
Uh-huh.
actually, I just lived there.
I
for
grew
like
up
6
in
months.
Siglap.
Hey, me too. No, I grew up in Novena, but I
Oh.
live near you now.
Oh.
Yeah,
you
itu
make it.
ada.
Accent.
Private asal
Oh,
no
okay.
more.
We doing the
Oh.
Asian rap. Okay.
Yo,
Asian
okay,
gangster. What
Asian
up?
gangster rap.
Hashtag
yeah.
no racism, one love. Okay, go.
Alright.
I drop a
Okay.
beat.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
you people out there, Hey, hey, you. Hey, you.
In the juke shit, you gotta shit it out.
To the underground.
The underground.
Underground.
Yeah.
Underground.
This
So
the
if you
ground.
want hot stuff
And this
to
is
see
under the ground.
the live stuff out in the juice
Yeah.
place. I tell you, go call Sharda on Facebook.
Yeah. We went to the last one.
And underground
And
is
it was really
great.
good.
Alright, dance break. Hey, I
Yeah.
wanna do it. Down there.
Oh,
Ba, ba, ba.
Pull my hair
Da,
out.
da, da.
My hair out.
Thank you for catching the Tropical Arts Club.
Huh.
We will see you in the next episode or next season. We don't know if this is the last one yet, but it might be.
Under the sea, under the sea,
Under the sea. Or under the ground at 393
Under the
Juice.
ground at Jucha Place. Goodbye now. Don't frown. Goodbye.
Bye bye. We hope you enjoyed the Tropical Arts Club. If you'd like to catch more episodes, be sure to hit subscribe and don't forget to follow us on Instagram.